Alright, let us see what the heck this is about. Hold on. I thought the screen was perfectly set up, but no, it's gonna be difficult, isn't it? Ugh. Let's see, how off is it? Oh, I see. That's the issue. Yeah. There we go. Look at... Well, still not totally perfect. How off is it now? Just a lot. Alright. I don't think it would have mattered, but I saw it. It bothered me. Let me know how the volume will be. You're not even windowed. You're maximized, you stupid thing. You know what? I'm gonna increase it just a little bit. Okay. Alright. The Chateau, I can't say that, of Baron something. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu. Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. It's midday on already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, look who finally decided to give up. Get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, Falcon? Oops. Too early for worms past the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. Alright. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter Dame Cataline has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She's being held at La Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Pertor Demias of the Demias estate. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demias estate is known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court? What do you think? Are we gonna defend Dame Cataline in court? Yes or no? Of course. Of course, it would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at La Concierge. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demias' letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertorier's letter has been added to your evidence folder. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you losing it at a New Year's party and at Christmas. Yes, all right. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up a list of places he has lost his wallet. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed location. Areas marked with the clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. No case, too big or too small. No trunk. Let's see. So we can only go to 2 places. Our office or La Concierge, which is the entire day. We're not gonna bribe the birds. We are the birds. We're obviously gonna gamble. Let's go to our own offices. See what happens. Falcon, why are we back in your office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating. Well, stop it. We need to get back to helping Dame Cataline. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. They actually have something for that. I was just procrastinating. All right, let's go to La Concierge. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge. I am going to butcher. I will literally butcher all of these words, and you know what? It's gonna happen. Prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. The concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Cataline de Meow. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine. Follow me. His name's Quark. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. No, it's Cataline. My papa hasn't forgotten about me. Has he? Dame Cataline de Meow, I presume. You've arrived, the fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. My lady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it that you wanted to know? What happened on the night of the murder? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinery, the home of Great Baron Rorgirl. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Greenwee and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the 3 of them own a railway company together, so all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of that. But after dinner, this man with the camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera! It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture really fast. Well, that does make sense, you know, because after all, cameras are magic. So, in the world of birds, it would make sense that there's just a bug that's super, super fast with a paintbrush. In 10 minutes, poof, you'll have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. It was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you want to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Rorgirl, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille, well, you know, until he died. There was Monsieur Robitio de Robinio, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Did you see anything suspicious, like a dead frog? Dame Cataline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or, a bloody murder weapon? Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I am afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait! Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did. Dame Cataline, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what the food was! You and your damn stomach, Sparrowson. Let me see. We had poached red herring stock, not garnished with garlic butter. Come on. Then a marbled steak served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to the evidence. Bloody rare steak has been added to the evidence. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't giving any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? Nope. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Creniere would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Is there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? Yes. The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Creniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur Robitio de Robinio. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable, but we should get back and head for some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? Do we believe her? Do we believe in justice, or do we believe in the dots? Dots. Dots. Y'all are gonna be part of the story, so y'all better be ready to answer. I believe in justice. Because that is the BS answer of it doesn't matter. If you are correct, you are in justice. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? As the attorney, you need to believe your client. But if you truly believe your client is guilty, you'd say, I believe in justice finding its due course. Which is a BS answer, and of course you never want to say nothing and just completely ignore them. You know, the ellipses is probably the worst. Just doze off and go, bleh. But can you say this musical score is just beautiful? Anyway, I guess we will believe her. Of course, Dame Cataline, it's our duty as lawyers and as gentlemen. Gentle birds, to have faith in your testimony. You can trust us. Thank you. Thank you both. Dame Cataline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Rourguil. These names are all a bit confusing, aren't they? I can't even say the last name. How would you pronounce that last name? Baron Rourguil? Rourguil? Is it Rourguil? Rourguil? There's Grenouille and Rourguil? I don't know. Let's see our evidence real fast. We've got a letter, a camera, a delicious fish, and bloody rare steak. How much money do we got? 20 francs. I don't know how much a franc is, but we got 20 of them. Not particularly, but it is for me. I'm gonna start compiling a Facebook. Oh, okay. Hey guys, just so you know, Facebook was not created by Zuckerberg. It was created by Mr. Sparrowson right over there. Speaking of a sparrowson, I have a chunky bird for my birthday from Cozy. Chunky bird. There's his other wing. Chunky bird. The poor bird. This poor bird was tortured. He came vacuum sealed in a bag. He was about as thin as this. This is how thin this fucker was. And now look at him. He's chunky. He's my hat. He got little toe beans, but he doesn't have beans. They're just toes. They're toe sticks. We'll call them toe sticks. Anyway, best segue into a bird. And a what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Alright. JJ Falcon. That's us! Then there is Sparrowson. The Pertour de Meow, the wealthy father of Dame Cataline. Pertour hired us to defend Dame Cataline in court. Then there's Squawk! An ill-mannered jailkeeper seems to feel disgust for criminals. And for animals in general. A can? Then there's Cataline de Meow, the elegant bougie daughter of Signor Pertour de Meow. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Grenouille. And then there is Grenouille, the froggy businessman, who was found murdered at Chateau Crenier, a colleague of Pertour and Rorgui. Okay, that's my Facebook. You can access a list of people you met anytime by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. A new day. The game automatically saves at the start of each new day. But you can also make a quick save at any time. Oh, okay. You can access the pause menu via the cogs. Alright. Alright, so let's go to our office. Falcon, why are we back in the office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating. So probably should go to the let's go to Chateau Crenier. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crenier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? What will we do for this poor kangaroo and kangaroo child who's sick? Do you give them 1? Do you give them 10? Do you give them nothing? What do you think? Should we be nice? We should give them 10 francs? That is half of our francs. One francs? I agree. Give them something. Okay, 1 franc. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Many thanks to you, messieurs. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something is the least I can do. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how much a franc is, either. Like, how much do you think a franc is? $1? A pence? 2 pence? A fortnight? But what am I doing? Standing here moralizing. Come on, Sparrowson! We've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenier. $1.11 USD. Well, to be honest, if you think about it, this takes place in like what, the 1800s? So, 1 USD is a whole heck of a lot of money. So, whoa. Yes, 1.11. I saw that. $1.11. 1.11 USD. Baron Rorgway must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes, he is the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rorgui, a property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Well, are we police, or are we actually aviary attorneys? Do we lie? Do we truth? Do we truth and lie? We're the Popo, we're lying? Oh. We're Liar and Liarson? No, we're not lying. We're birdmen. But we are not men, we are birds. Wouldn't we be police birds then? A true attorney would not lie. A true attorney would admit that they are indeed attorneys here. What do I call a female police bird? I don't know. What's her name? You call her by her name, police birdess. But I wouldn't call them anything other. They would be a police bird. It is gender neutral, police bird. Just like we should have police people. Attorney is general neutral? Gender neutral. I don't need to say we're attorney, Birdie. No, we are attorneys. Not quite. I am Private Attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson. Lawyers, you know you aren't the first to pass through here today. Oh? Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked a bunch of questions, and hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. Hunch we'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for the group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I am afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It is no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations. So, where shall we go first? Okay, do we want to go to the garden first or the lounge first? Let's go in order that the murder happened, so lounge first. I'm sorry, who are you? I can't see your face, ma'am. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemate totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Yes? Are you two police? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Darhart. So what can I help you, Miss Shores, with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. Oh, it's a giraffe. I should have guessed by the long neck and the fact that I couldn't see her face. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was taken? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh, yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. Cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines, Sparrowson. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Born Rorgui just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. There's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make note of it. Okay. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we also know? Anything we need to confess? No. I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. Ba, ba, ba. Do we make her sweat? Or do we let her pass by? Does a giraffe even sweat? Does it drip down her long ass neck? Oh, come on! We're all in this together. Coming like, quoth the fucking raven. Yo, fine. We completely understand, mademoiselle. If anything comes to mind, please don't hesitate to let us know. I'll keep it in mind. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? That is all. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a big help. Ah, it's no problem, monsieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the 3rd degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and, well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about, although I should probably ask. I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? Ah! You know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. I started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those, but, well, yeah, I suppose that little habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. The mystery, missing silverware. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So, where to next, big bird? I guess we're gonna go to the garden now. Dame Cataline said she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. I love just the detailed, hand-drawn look of everything in this. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. Crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It would be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. And investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on the item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough or when you can find nothing else to examine, press X. Okay, so we got the fountain. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into the bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says you've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable. I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Baron Rorgui really certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Maybe he should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. I mean, he's not wrong. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep, eventually we realized it was just filling up on horse divorce. Sorry. Derves. Horse derves. My bad. That's one word I never say right the first time I see it. Hors d'oeuvres. It looks like horse divorce. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reason. We ought to wade in to take a closer look just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look into the upper basin. Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We fight for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Alright. Gamblers. 50-50 shot. Tell me what we pick. Wait, you're saying you're betting odd. Which is odd? Odd for Teds. Ah, so if it lands odd, we're doing heads? Alright, I like your line of thinking. Alright, it looks like we're doing tails. Plant squiggles! It's called a wreath sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on plant squiggles. Here I go. It's heads. Should have gone with the old Emperor Falcon. Ah! Fine, hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. Ah, we were going to lose anyway. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim. No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky. It smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt, possibly belonging to Baron Rorgui. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Is there anything else we need to do here? Anything else? Highlighting? I also would love to have a double-sided coin, but you need two, you know. You need one with heads only and one with tails only. Oh. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Greenouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood written with a frog's last breath? Wishful thinking, all I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Greenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. I can't believe I almost missed that. I thought I had, like, gone over every inch. Alright, guess that's everything. I think we're done here. Good call, but I sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Alright, I think that's everything. Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look, thank you, Baron, but we actually have some questions for you. Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide. What happened on the night of the murder? Rorgui, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh, am I in trouble? Not at all. No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. I see. Something else I can help you, messieurs, with? Do we tell him about the giraffe stealing silverware? Or do we let her get away with it? We are under no obligation to reveal that she is stealing. We are also under no obligation to, you know, protect her. It would make Monsieur Rorgui, you know, happy to know. Unless he already knows. You want us to hide it? No honor among thieves? To hide it or to rat him out? To be honest, if it was me, it's not my business. Not my house, not my client, not at all to deal with anything. But it would come out in court that we know about the missing silverware. So you want to say? Alright, I'm okay with saying. Alright, Monsieur, I must tell you something about your housemaid. I met your housemaid, Colleen Duhot. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she? Yes, she was quite helpful. She was more than willing to help us with our investigation. I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else? Oh. Okay, I guess we didn't reveal it. Oh, you did say that she's helpful. Ha ha ha! We will be leaving. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in trial, we could always just... wing it! He looks so smug. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. Bird puns! Alright. So, where we need to go is Chateau Cremier. But I guess we move on to the Studio do Rubinho. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait! There's a note on the door. Ahem. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Rubinho, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do? What should we do? Should we knock anyway? Should we leave? What do you think? What do you think? Do we just leave? Or do we knock? He's not home. He says he's not home. Well, let's knock anyway. We should knock anyway. Maybe he came home. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope. Doesn't look like he's in Falcon. Alright. The real question here. Are we thieves? Do we break in and enter? Do we break the law in the pursuit of justice? Or do we have to accept the fact that we cannot see Mr. Robinho? We break in? Okay. I guess we're breaking in. We should break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe? Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such a reckless display of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging the roar down. Huh? Wait. Just like that. Shall we discuss this first? What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think it would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. Sound of a door being smashed and could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. I see a bougie tigress in profile. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid is in this bottle. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. I see a finely dressed, dandy fellow upon a horse. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps? It looks more like a stepladder to me. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off of a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. My goal is to find every pawn that exists in this game. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings? It's cool, we're lawyers. Very. I'm not going to lie to you, Sparrowson. If we're caught, we'll be spending the next 20 years with a number instead of a name. I called 24601. Don't be daft, Sparrowson. You can't call prison numbers. Damn, I wanted that one. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photo. Leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. Hey, Falcon, look. What? It's just an easel. No, look what's on the easel. Oh, wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think that's Signor Pertois, Cataline's father. So what should we do? Do we just take this? Do we take it? I don't know either. Maybe we leave it. We've seen the evidence. We should leave it. No, that would be a big mistake. Every half-competent lawyer knows that stolen property can't be used as evidence. Still, we've learned some valuable information by seeing this photograph in person. I suppose so. Is there anything else we can do here, yeah? A chandelier! You should get one of these for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. I think we're done enough snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh, mon Dieu, what happened to my door? Mon Dieu, what do we say to him? Do we tell him we broke it, or do we tell him we stumbled across it and we were very concerned, but we also want to come and talk to him? What do you think? I don't know. I don't think we could tell him the truth. Head empty, just like Sparrowson. Lie. Some kids did it, little weasel types. We sold them. Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. They're like, no, weasels, you cannot do that because that would be illegal. Then they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right. Let's go. Oh, okay. Well, that worked out perfectly fine. You would think if your house just got broken into, you'd be a little bit more, you know? All right. Do you think we're going to be a competent bird attorney, or do you think Sparrowson is going to be the pervading voice of reason? Which is a really bad thing if he's trying to be the voice of reason. That is a bad thing. God, do you think we can do this trial well? Or am I gonna fail my Dame Cataline? Can I even fail? I don't know. I probably can, because you could technically miss a bunch of evidence if you just choose not to go get it. Well, only one way to find out. Palais de Justice. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Are we nervous? No. Nope, we've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers, see? Totally unruffled. Wow, well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. Ah, that's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? JJ Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rappington present. The readiest prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all my classes. Oh, was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. The music's a little loud. That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? Sparrowson. Sparrowson. I choose to exercise my right not to self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? All present and accounted for, Your Honor. We've got ourselves a stritch, a ram, a hippo, a doggy, a vulture, a seal, a crow, I cannot place what bird this one is. What do you think? See, now I need to know what it is. I don't think it's a parrot or a toucan. The beak is incorrect. But I don't recognize the beak at all. It's just a bird, I guess. Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to this witness stand. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant of the law, scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. But this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you could walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorgui. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catherine de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open shut case in my humble opinion. No awful questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to give the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Okay. Let's see. What is suspicious? Well, he clearly alerted on blood on her paws. We know that the housemaid did bring in, according to Katerine. And we know this. What we don't know is sliced open and blood on her paws. So... let's go with blood on her paws. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than a suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with a murder. This is foolish time-wasting, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim. Then where did the blood come from? The bloody rare steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington? In a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well... wait, don't, answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! You don't do that in court. You do not shout no in court. You gained a little favor. So, Inspector Volerdi, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just a minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant, bougie kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it so happens, there was something missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. The missing silverware! Dame Cataline was forced to eat her steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgui residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgui approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! Oh, what a twist. Oh, what is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation, Judge, I assure you, I'm the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it, messieurs. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see. Monsieur Rubinio, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Rubinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the, witness, please introduce himself for, the court record. As if anyone in the courtroom does not immediately recognize me, I am the great Monsieur Rubinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture the very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un babe. You may have seen my works in hip magazines, La Branche or C'est Chaud. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubinio, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities? Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rourgui to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Oh, the humor in this game has been top. Then I bailed Baron Rourgui and left, like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could see it for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? Let's see. Who do we have here? In the middle, we see, Baron Rourgui, the lion who goes to the event. On the left, we see, Senor Pertois de Mial, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. Finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Dunhall, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Mial. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rappington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. Prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerty told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us she was present when the photograph took place, but I don't see her in Rubinio's photograph. That's true, but I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It's too little weight. If I want to prove Monsieur Rubinio's photograph is not a valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. And we can't admit that we broke into his house and saw the original photograph that had Dame Cataline in it. But what do we need to do? Probably argue that the photograph. Because we don't care about the bill. We care about the time, but we don't care about the 7. We care about the 7:30. The camera doesn't matter a whole lot for us, so it has to be the photograph. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, the photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, Monsieur. The camera is his perfect, unbiased device. The photograph it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. Well, let's see. That is incorrect, but we have no proof of it. This, right here. The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates its client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rappington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinier has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roy Gui or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process? An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken precisely at 7:30, it clears the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced? Bribed? Threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. Yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's questions. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We do not live under the ancien regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Oh, wow! Cool! We got some more favor. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rappington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. But because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Portois de Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks the means or motive. It wouldn't make sense for Signor Portois to implicate his own daughter. But surely you're not suggesting the honest and beloved Baron Rorgui deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. You would never do such a thing. Well, dead men tell no tales. Monsieur Revington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So would you think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust the defense has no objections? No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay. Baron Rorgui, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Pertois, Monsieur Robinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. You doubt my integrity, garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let's establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgui, am an honest man. Am I saying his name right? Rorgui? I don't even know. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. So, I guess the garden seems to be the only thing we can question, because the dinner we don't care about. We know Monsieur Greenweed left. We know the housemaid discovered. The garden seems to be the only thing we have any evidence of that we haven't really talked about, so. Ben, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. What's with all the horses? No. When was the last time you visited it? Baron Rorgui. When was the last time you ventured into your own gardens? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. Haven't been in my garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court the so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could have belonged to anybody. And prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. Must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience and a little battling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rorgui, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgui, murdered Monsieur Greenweed. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence. Means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence. Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgui as the prime suspect. You want the beans? The Baron certainly had the beans. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinio confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want to murder him? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. Finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just gonna let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something, object! Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence. His finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. Started desperate, and he threw it into his fountain out of sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois de Miaus, as that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage, Judge. I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bougie of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon, the nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I had to cut you right here and now like a damned frog. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man, to the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Now, I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you, I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocent. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocent. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In the light of the recent revelation, it's clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao, to be not guilty. Yay! Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson, you did it. Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. Yay! You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll get a bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. It was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrows and I just worked on unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act. You actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Greenway. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rorgui's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenway in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rorguis and to add hands to the clock. The lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bougie kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. How much money did we get? 30 francs. Adieu, Petite Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? A dun dun dun. Who would have expected that? We just framed an innocent. Ironically. Dum 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 bum bum. January 7th, 1848. The Palais de Louvre. Let us be reasonable, signors. I'm sure that this is a simple misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. A fox among wolves. Act 2. Electric Boogaloo. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. Should we go looking for him? Yeah, we should go looking for him. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the good brain never gave me his address. I'll just have to find him the hard way. Alright. Where do you think he is? Maybe the chateau. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhart. Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Barrison, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought that the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Also, by the way, as the attorney, you literally cannot reveal that your client admitted to the murder. Like, they cannot say, yeah, no, this was a mistake. Unless you know that they're about to commit another crime. Yeah, I suppose. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Le Canard Joyous, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. La Canard Joyous, that little dingy... That's the dingy student bar on Rue Jeannon, right? It's not dingy, it's just a little rustic. In any case, that's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Anytime, Sparrowson. Sparrowson steps through the doors of Le Canard Joyous, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils filled with a pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers. If it isn't little Sparrowson, I haven't seen you in your ass. How you doing, hon? Feeling pretty good, Madame Cornet. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named JJ Falcon. Falcon? Yeah, that's sorry. Lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Cornet. It's no problem, hon. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. No sign of him. Mon Dieu! I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up. I'd like to point out that Sparrowson here has human hands clasped behind his back. Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake up a drunk person? Pour a drink on his head. Well, guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey. Sounds like we just pissed on him. Ah, good, you're up. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the Aviary office so we can get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures. I found all the evidence. I presented the case beautifully, and yet a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? Where? Where is the justice? Do we know? Do we need to try harder? We need to try harder. Maybe we need to try harder? Try harder? I don't know if we messed up or if the system's messed up or what, but we just have to do our best as lawyers, I suppose. Maybe if we work hard enough, we can stop mess-ups from happening again. Sorry, Falcon. I don't have the answers, but what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants. Yep, they're waiting for you back in the aviary. I'm sitting here moping about justice and you offered me croissants. Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pain au chocolat too. I could go for a pain au chocolat. Fantastic, then let's make a move. Alright, I admit it. These croissants are amazing. I told you. Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verde is something else. Oh, that reminds me. The baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pain au chocolat in America? They don't call them pain au chocolat. Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Hello? Hey. Chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? Oh, I think those are still profiteroles, but rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. Simply outstanding. Is this the aviary attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? Well, what do they call crepes? Excuse me! Did you just hear something, Sparrowson? Down here! Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Oh, gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousy. My name is Mousy. What can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy? I have this friend, and he has fallen under some legal turbulence. Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested? Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That's quite a problem. I know! Oh, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think of mentioning that from the start? I forgot! Let's ask him, ask you, why did you come visit us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness? Expertise. Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned. Really? The prince said that? This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain. What do you think? Of course we'll take the case, or meh. No, of course we'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We have royalty to defend. That's the spirit. Good luck to you, monsieurs. You want coming with us, Mousy? I have other matters to attend to, but Prince Juan is being held in the concierge. I'm sure he will fill in all the details. Right. Let's make a move then. All right, let's go see this prince. Good day, monsieur. Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rory Gui is pacing around a cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. The mouthy fox, huh? The guy's driving me nuts with this senores and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better. Well, come on then, while we're young. The Prince of Spain, I presume. Indeed, I am Juan Querido, heir to the throne of España, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. Well, I wouldn't say legendary. I wouldn't even say notable. Such humility, I would expect nothing less from renowned individuals such as yourself, but let us get down to business. I trust that my compañero Mousy explained the situation. He knows that you've been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation. Ah, of course, what is it that you wanted to know? Okay, why don't you tell us about the murder? To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Of course. Let me see, where to begin? It was a cold, misty morning on the 6th of January. I had just finished stabbing a man. I'd heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais de Louviers, and I wished to meet the man himself. So that's a brief stroll and picnic in Tuileries Garden. I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre Grande Gallery. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic. But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal god, a dog by the name of Major Howell. Ouch! Cried out Major Howell. I pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. And then the major slumped to the floor. His face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away after being pricked. Straight away, senor. It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcon, but clearly the police felt that poison upon the rose's thorn was the only logical explanation. So many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? So where did this rose come from? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller in La Halles markets. A girl by the name of Catherine Marie Signe. Surely you're not suggesting the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon. Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. Did you want to ask something else? Why are you in Paris? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan? I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos, and the people are suffering. So I thought if I could befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe we can strengthen my family's name. With the Querido dynasty restored, I would have a chance of bringing peace to my beautiful nation. Well, I guess that plane's gone out the window. Sparrowson, don't be rude. No, he is right. I failed terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust is settled, you'll have the opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What were you reading? Ah, this book is a Spanish classic, Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? Reading is for squares. Ah, I've heard of it.
Why did the crow pick up the telephone? Because he wanted to make a call. Happy birthday.
Thank you for the subscription, Cozy. Happy birthday. I've heard about it. It's about the knights who joust windmills, right? That's one part of the story, yes. The hero is a virtuous but elderly knight by the name of Don Quixote. That is very sad. In the chapter you mentioned, he takes up arms against an army of giants who are terrorizing a town. Don Quixote's partner Sancho warns him that the giants are just windmills and the flailing arms are just the sails swirling in the wind. But Quixote doesn't listen. He takes up his lance, gets on his horse, and charges anyway. Sounds more like dumb Quixote, am I right, Falcon? Perhaps he is dumb, Senor Barroson. Many of us spend our whole lives jousting imaginary giants. Speak for yourself, Juan. I've never been jousting, let alone seen a giant. I think we're getting off track here. Indeed. I tell you what, Senor Falcon, I'll lend you my copy of this book. Maybe you'll have time to give it a read at some point. Maybe I will. Thank you. El Ignacio Hidalga Don Quixote de la Mancha. Is there anything else you want to know? No, I think that's everything, Big. What's the play, Big Bird? Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais de Louvre, and see if we have any clues or witnesses. We should interview the flower girl in Le Halle Market to see if she has anything to say about this lead poison road. 2 tasks over 6 days. That sounds too easy. Good luck, senores. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Does something seem off about Prince Juan to you? He's quite a character. He seemed colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature as Juan's one suave Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if this is bothering you, then we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret, if he actually has anything to hide, that is. Yeah, let's dig up the dirt! But we still got a trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrow son. But yes, I very much loved your pun. Bird puns are the best puns. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, all right, we got 2 places to go. Where do we want to go? To Le Halle, Palais de Louvre, or Le Canard Joyeux? Which one are we doing? Ba 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 ba. What do you guys want to see first? Any takers? Any takers going twice? Any takers going thrice? Well, I don't know which ones are the stars. Unrelated, exactly. Where are we going? Huh? Boy? Joyeux? Alright, to Joyeux. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson. Or mope, for that matter. Okay, how do you pronounce it, Ahmad, if it's not Joyeux? 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 I don't speak French. I've been butchering words for an hour and 38 minutes. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about this Prince Juan, well, you can't tell me how to pronounce it if you don't know how the French letters are spelled. I do not. This would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Ah, your door back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Guanel. It's great to hear, Han. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp. I know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, Han, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. Lucky to serve the occasional bougie. You can forget about saying a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Powell, are playing cards in the attic, same as always. But we've got all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattle enough cages, you'll find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. Come on, Powell. Just one more game of Jacques Noir? Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is. Please, I'll even let you do this time. The answer no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you'll have to ask someone else. Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir? Sure. Absolutely, deal me in, monsieur. Very well, then. Do you know how to play? Of course I do. Of course, I've been playing for years. Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon. Very good. I shall be the dealer. We'll be betting 5 francs per game. Here we go. That doesn't look like a fair deal. Bah! Unlucky, monsieur. Most unfortunate. Shall we have another round? Yes. No, you're cheating. I think we're done. So there I was in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I had been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar, a big stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim. And then BAM! You shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Me and went the same way. That's what I thought, but when I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Wow, it was rabid? Possible. But I don't think so. I remember reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Oh, what's about the boar? Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? Say that beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give us some further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would have guessed it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. Really, I have no idea. I'm not a hunter. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. Prince Juan. Monsieur, what is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Juan Querido around here, Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat, calls everyone senor. That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing someone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? Afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. Spanish royalty? Sounds like a question being answered at the library, monsieur, not the tavern. Library? You're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieurs. We call that a good boy. Are we ready to hit the road, Jack? Yes, let's go. Yep, let's make a move. A new day. Biblioteca che. Le cache. For a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poison pork. The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Ow! That makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Oh, readings for squares. I enjoy modern works. Have you read The Three Musketeers? Yet it has heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You would love its person. Don't patronize me, Falcon. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoyed the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate. Wow, that's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized a single sentence that sounded well read, didn't you? Baby? Would you monsieurs mind lowering your voice? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building. Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation, yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I'm most assuredly the librarian. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend, let's ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. What can you tell me about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it? Don Quixote of La Mancha? It's a classic. Everybody has read it. Yeah, everybody. For those who haven't. I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. I would expect you to, monsieur, but what can you tell us about the physical book itself? This particular book didn't come from a library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. It was acquired from a bookshop, a French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. I see. Thank you. Have any other questions? Would you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and all the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat. Well, we understand the British throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Yeah, but for the sake of the children who slept through that class, could you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regent Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it's certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim, however, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montmoline. Hope that answers your question. Did you catch all that, Sparrowson? Not a word. I'm sure we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I've heard that name in your explanation. A Prince Juan Querido? Is that what you said, Monsieur? I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. There's certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does that mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure, our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic. Or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our best interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Alright, are you quite done chit-chatting? Yep. Don't worry, Monsieur. I think we are done here. Thank you for your time. Then I bid you good day. Good day, sir. Well, great. We've now spent 2 days and we still have 4 places to go. Let's go to the scene of the crime, I think. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to Palais de Carrousel, the courtyard just north of Louvre, Grande Gallery. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way! Why are there 2? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arches as he damn well pleases. Well, I never expected to see you here, JJ. That arrogant voice. Good day, Severine. Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant? Fine. Severine, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severine Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Oh, are you 2 old school friends or something? More like arch rivals. Please, JJ, I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions, did you get humiliated terribly? It makes a failing bird brain like you was still able to get clients. Actually, Severine, business has never been better. You know, I'm currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less. Prince of Spain, Juan Querido. Well, this is quite an amusing coincidence, don't tell me. Correct, I am the prosecutor for the very same case. It's a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Don't call me a bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severine. One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say, Voltaire. Oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort, huh? Oh, yeah. I am rubber, you are glue. I don't agree with what you say. What do you want us to say? I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. What are we, children? All right, if that's what the people want, that's what the people will get. Oh, sorry, you're right. What are we? Bird children? Yeah? Well, I'm rubber and you're glue. What bounces off you? Wait. Oh dear. You're the same bumbling fool that you've always been, Falcon. But enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ? Sparrowson? I'll see you 2 in court. I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cock. But it's true what he said, you know, that he trounced you in court 5 times? I can't deny it. Severine has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Rounds of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me. This time will be different, right? I hope so. I know so, for you see, I stole this annotated map with the Louvre out of Cocorico's bucket when he was busy rattling off Voltaire quotes. Sparrowson, that's pretty impressive. I swear, you're standing 3 meters away the whole time. You tall birds are so busy with your heads in the clouds that you don't notice how small folk running around your feet. Pinching Cocorico's bucket was like taking candy from a very tall baby. It's like taking candy from a really tall baby. Yeah, I love it. Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area Everything from Tuileries to the Rue de Louvre, most convenient. Currently standing here in the Place de Carrousel. And those pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means the king first went right here, the Salle des Timbres. And then here in the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred. Didn't Prince Juan say he spent the morning in the garden? That's right, so the Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here. Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? Where do you want to go first? Probably where our client entered? Yeah. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries Garden. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar? Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look like that photographer. What's his name? Bono Baguetto. Yeah, that sounds about right. Bono Baguetto. No, it's Robitio Robinio. Robitio Robinio. Someone call me. Oh, it's you. The lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see you give up your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me an esteemed photographer community service. Me. Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful that you got off without jail time. You sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. Did you two want to ask me something, or do you just are you here just to gawp? Personally, I'm just gawping. Actually, I do have a couple questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Robinho. Have you met a Prince Juan? I don't suppose you bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you? Spanish fox? No, I've never met anyone like that. This is about that assassination attempt on the king, then you're asking the wrong person. I only started working here today. I see. Is there anything else? How's the groundskeeper going? How's the new groundskeeping job working out? Terrible. Tourists are pigs, sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up by the west entrance. A book page. A whole book I could understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? Wait a moment. May I take a closer look at that, Monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, Monsieur? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally useless. I suppose I'll be showing it as per my duties. All right. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me a page and I'll speak with Judge Maxime. I'll put in a good word and might be able to get your sentence reduced. Really? You'll do that for me? Thank you, Monsieur. I would really appreciate that. Here, take the page. Page 44 of El Ignacio Hidalgo de Don Quixote. Do you want to say anything else? Nope, that's it. That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Robinho. Alright, next would be probably Salle des Timbres. So this is the Salle des Timbres. If I understand Coco Rico's notes correctly, this is the room where the king is entourage stopped in before heading to the Grande Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anyone around to interrogate. Interview. Right. Interview. Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take this opportunity to do a little snooping. What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery, where the murder took place. Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-toothed comb. Bet that numbskull Inspector Valerdi didn't even think to check this room for ghosts. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks. Logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Okay, what do we got? A pillar. A supporting column. It's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know, 300 francs a piece at least. What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrowson. If say anything about archaeology, I'm going to become a museum robber. Oh. Well, it's one way to get rich quick. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet. Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact gifted to the Emperor Hadrian for his victory at Euphrates in 123 AD. Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. Alright, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know. These columns have been designed looked Roman. I think the style is iconic. It's not Ionic, Falcon. Iony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. That's not... Never mind. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece. It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the door stops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place. I don't think that's right. My uncle's a Roman historian, trust me. My uncle works at Nintendo. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time. Smells good. Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson. No, really, this urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. You poor thing, you're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office? Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it. Now you're touching the exhibit. That's definitely a no-no. See? Look what I found in the urn. Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish. No, look. It's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cacao, Belgian in origin. Level of wrapper crumpling and firmness of the chocolate residue indicates that this was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Sparrowson, you've deduced all that from smelling the wrapper? Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That won't be necessary. Sparrowson, if apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective. If only all evidence was edible. So do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it. No, there's no possible way we can know that. I suppose we'll just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting, because I can see Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. Oh, you can't blame a bird for trying. The writing in this is so good. I was honestly expecting this to be kind of shitty game, but this is peak. We're done here. For now, at least. Can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose, so where to next? Grande Galerie. Here we are, the Grand Gallery. It genuinely is right up my alley. You are right, Cozy. Murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one? I haven't the foggiest. We'll have to ask someone. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope. He's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January, the one the king came to visit? Oh, yeah, I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Ah, I see. It's the painting of the king himself. It's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon? What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but, what do you guys think? I'm no artsy fartsy man, so I'm gonna need an artsy gal or guy out there to help me, because I'm just an artsy fartsy quack. He's a quack! Waddle waddle to the very next day. Bum 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 ba da dum. Just go midline. It's subtle and nuanced. The careful brush strokes, the pre-raffle light, soft tones, and subliminal use of light. This is contrasted, nuanced work. It's an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. It's not a lot of words, but I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing your opinion. I'm getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pail of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East. I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt, right? That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple questions about what you saw. I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Volp's private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please, give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before. I'm sure he can do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. Cool. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Anything else we need to do here? Well, ideally, we would turn the whole Grand Galerie upside down in our hunt for evidence, but it's not possible with so many people around. We should probably move to another room. Ugh. I guess that's everything. Are we all done here? Yes. Was that not midline, by the way? Good call. We can always come back later. Yes. You're like, no, that was a little over the top. Oh my god. Okay, so this does not cost us a day. That's good. Oh, thank you! Oh, okay. That's hilarious, though. Oh, customers! Hello? Is this the office of Renard Volps? Ah, it's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See, R&M, Renard and Mousy, Monsieur Renard Volps, and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Though to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Volps who chooses which cases to take on. I see, well then, can we speak with Monsieur Volps? Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Volps is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. England? But he said to return in a week or two, maybe we can come back then. That's no good to us, our case will be over by then. There's nothing to be done about it. Suppose we'll have to come back later. Oh, gosh. The real question is, what do we do? I guess we should go see the flower lady who sold the flowers. The pair arrive at Leal Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bougie and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Swan said he met a flower girl here, Signe or whatever I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there, you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is a murderer herself. She probably attacked him in that. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we would like a word. Tact, Sparrowson. Tact. We've been over this. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from a lady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you'd be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. It is a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since. Hey! Let me introduce myself. I am JJ Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signe Sign? That's right, Catherine Marie Sign. Are you? I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination. How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as a murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple questions? Business is slow. Please ask away. Who bought your last rose? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? Person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. Met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. And then he bought a rose and left. I heard that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty. Oh, why's that? Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. I understand, mademoiselle. If you remember anything specific, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Did you want anything else? Where'd you get these flowers from? Normally, I gather them from the wild. Last week, I found these chrysanthemums on the city limits. And that's the same place I discovered this monk's hood. But since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from merchants who travel to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose. What can you tell us about this particular merchant? Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times, so yeah. Selling his goods and wares. I see. No chance of him being a super secret assassin? No, monsieur. Did you want to ask something else? No, I do believe that is indeed all. That's all. Thank you for your time, mademoiselle. Hold on, monsieur. Before you leave, are you sure you don't want to buy some flowers? I'll even get you a deal. Only 10 francs. 10 francs for flowers? That's a little steep. See, monsieur, I challenge you to find cheaper flowers in January. I'll take the bunch. I'll take some. They can brighten up the office. Thank you very much, monsieur. Here you go. I don't claim to be a flower expert or anything, but chrysanthemums and monkshood are a weird choice. I suppose it is a bit strange, isn't it? The other flowers stick to popular dull flowers like tulips and roses. I like these particular flowers because they are rebellious. I'm sorry, the flowers are rebellious? They stick out. They stuck it out and managed to bloom in the middle of January. The flowers fought nature. They overcame insurmountable odds. It's quite an amazing thing to see. I think I get it. You don't need to humor me. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not at all. This has been a pleasant discussion. Have a good day, mademoiselle. And you, messieurs? Phew. Special cinematics. Oh, right here. Les Lops. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident the bougie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then a revolution. Oh, well, that was weird. I guess we should probably confront our friend. You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back here later. I have no time for quibbling much. Or stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have a reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. This is a direct violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you must being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. Alright, now break out the legalese on me. I'll open the cell. Wow, Falcon, how did you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. Hey. Winged it. Ah, Senor Falcon. It is good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope? Let's confront him politely. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. Afraid I don't quite follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Querido. Where's this coming from? I assure you, senor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Miss Harrison, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say, Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purposes of getting arrested. So what is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label. A vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under the bridge of the Seine. That doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I expect you already know my name. You are Renard Volps, private investigator. Very astute, and you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. And that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan. Renard. Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course, so what truth is it you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Why did you try to get arrested? Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories! Shut up, Sparrowson. There was a girl, Mademoiselle, who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has a debt these days, Monsieur. Indeed. But this particular Mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. Mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the Mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, overheard the Mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the Mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, Monsieur? I have no idea what you're talking about. I do. I understand, Monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds light into the situation. If I ask, Monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? Police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, Monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. Nope. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we learned all we can for now. Ready? I feel like we learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? The birds have flown south? What is it, some sort of code? Something like that, but rest assured, Monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'm sure we'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. I guess let's go talk to Mousy. Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Mousy, we have a message for you. It's from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, or whatever that means. Oh, yes. Yes, the birds have migrated successfully, but if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. Take them. These are used train ticket stubs. It looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this? Prince Juan said they would help with the trial. See the names, Gautier, Signy, Nicole, Signy. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Monsieur, I mean, Prince Juan told me to book train tickets for these people and then make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did. Strange. I'm not sure exactly how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep hold of them, just in case. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier. Good call. Do you know what this means? It's trial day. Bow, 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 bow. We can't go anywhere else, I think. Last second. Falcon, what are you doing? It's trial day. We have a Spanish prince to defend. Oh, right. What was I thinking? But chocolate. Everybody needs chocolate. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grand Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Nope. Actually, I think we might have a handle on this case. All the pieces are coming together nicely. Awesome! Let's demolish that pompous prosecutor with walls of evidence. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. All of you cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. Are we ready? We're ready. JJ. Severine. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. The whole courtroom is nervous. Oh, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. Can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassment. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why, you pompous tail, posture perfect. Order, order, let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon, what is it? Zamir, does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge, the one presided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus. Oh, so it's a little strange, isn't it? A little. It is a little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be presiding over this case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, our asses, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill in issues. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Querido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call! The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. Expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Last said, Your Honor, I expect that once court sees the overwhelming evidence, the trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? It's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Volerty. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I'm a servant to the law, scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Oh, Cocorico really is going for the speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre Grand Gallery by one of the king's royal guards. Did you just say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Luis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 2,000 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from the prick on the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poison road must have been the cause of death. Putting pieces together does seem implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be missed in the old bird's story. Right! I'll tear it apart, Your Honor. I wish I could cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste your time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh, sounds like pointless nitpicking to me. But I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. The o'clock. No. How? The only thing really at question is poisoning. Inspector, you said the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. He stated that the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that it's just natural. Okay. So then... how was he poisoned? How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His fingers pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What's an absurd thing to say, JJ? You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion plainlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose, in fact, was the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious the rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident. Well, then now would be a good time to make a test. It's a marvelous thought. We prick our fingers, the finger of the defendant with the rose. There's no poison on the rose. The Prince One lives and he's free to go. The rose is poisoned and the prince dies, but that's okay because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This is America's Severine. That's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector would perform his duty with due diligence. Surely we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose is poison, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Not sure, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something that could have contained poison, something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Why, Major Howell is a dog. And you know what dogs hate? Chocolate! Well, they love chocolate. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle des Timbres to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the date of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. You gained some favor. Heck yeah! Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene yourself, Inspector? Police force does not have the time nor reasons to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. Offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness stand before I kick you off myself. As you wish. I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. That poor rooster. Let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene? Correct. And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who's willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who are you talking to? Oh, I see. Do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact that we are still investigating. I see. Do you have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you pluck straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I'd like to summon. It may be weak, but it is still a possibility to prove the existence of another means of administering poison. You fucking cuckoo. He's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. It's a kingfisher! Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? Alright, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingsley and I am a person who fishes. A person who fishes, so you're a fisherman? Oh. Oh! Is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon. Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly, he must be a fisherman, because didn't you hear, all kingfishers are fishermen? Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And, can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine. We can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severine? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting on the railing of the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts, that's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre south entrance, correct? That's right. What were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you would have had plenty of opportunity to see people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us what you saw? Well, the Louvre is a busy place. I saw a lot of people, but I saw the King, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 a.m., I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. Then I saw him take a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say, as if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps? Well, sure, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, sounds like we have here is a direct witnessing of the event of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of the crime? That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. I wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. Your Honor, I would like to cross the witness. Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Fine, do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself. What a nice guy. Okay. Oh, so what are we gonna question? What do we know? What do we got? We have Don Quixote. Page 44 is missing. Here's page 44. It was found in the garden at the west entrance, but according to this, it was at the Pont des Arts, which is the south entrance. Monsieur Kingsley, you say you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident. Yep. What entrances can you see from that bridge? Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre south entrance, didn't you? Yep, the Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? Oh, you mean like if you're entering from Tuileries Garden or the Place des Carousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance. Fire ahead. What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens to the west? That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Garden? As a matter of fact, yes I do. I have definitive proof that the Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ, show us this definitive proof. Why, it would be, would I show him the page or the book? So, probably the page, because this was found there. Look at this, a book page. Page 44 of the Don Quixote specifically was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time, and yet page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You realize what this means, don't you, Severine? The defendant was present in Tuileries Garden prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that, in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. It could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, monsieur. Fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre's south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes the fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the south entrance. Or 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered, then he took the long way around. How dare you, the nerve of you, to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing when you stop making some basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon. Please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The other point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See? He admits it himself. That's not what I meant. Ha-ha. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ha! No! This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something, I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan. Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the hare versus the tortoise trial. It's that late already? Curses, I was hoping we'd have the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Yes, all right, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get the stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. Oh, 2 trials, baby. A lot came up in that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? What do you think? Coercion? Probably. Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Everything? Judge Romulus. He's acting with a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me. Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived with things for you. A letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, hush, person. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters, and they even misspelled half the words. Wow, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There's no question that this letter originated from Major Howe's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right, but why would a person write with a cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting it would be the most common reason. Though I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right? Absolutely, you can't threaten me. Oh, yes, absolutely. The lawyer were deterred. Every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, we only 3 days till before the next trial session. We can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Yeah. All right. We got 3 places. Oh, isn't that ironic? All right, let's go to the Chocolat Emporium. Välkommen to Lander Slacks Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgium chocolate shop in all Paris. I am Lander Slack, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I, J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. Oh, lawyers, very fancy. I must say that I once dreamed of being a lawyer, but well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story, you see. When I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. Falcon, you have to help me. What is it? Is this my Falcon? It's overpowering me so many that I lay waste to the shop. For pity's sake, restrain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So are you messieurs here to buy some chocolate? Yes! No. We're actually here on business, monsieur. Business. First things first, we believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct? Oh, yes, they did indeed. The trademarked Hagelslack wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslack chocolate. So almost certainly bought from this very establishment. Very good. With that established, there is something we wish to ask. Who bought this? Hey, tell us who bought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper. I'm afraid not, messieurs. Not just because the matters of confidentiality, although that is a factor you'll understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that. But elephants never forget. My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. Why is it showing that I'm getting things from the jump game? Is Stream Avatars broken again? Are you guys doing something? It's like the second time that's happened. It actually looks like my character's broken right now. I think he got stuck in like a jumping animation, so anytime something went over top, it broke. You're crocheting a blanket? Nice. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. Your memory is good, but you need further information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you? Oh, yes, that I could probably do, monsieur. Let me think. What to ask about? Nathan, an arrogant ass who works at the local library. It's okay, I can call him and ask when I'm being literal. Judge Romulus. Have you ever heard a hairy wolf in judicial robes named Judge Romulus? Yes, monsieur. Alright, have you ever served... Wait, did you just say yes? Yes, monsieur. A wolf in judicial robes? I did serve a person like that a little while ago. On the 6th of January, to be precise. Did he say or do anything suspicious? Not that I recall, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow, big toothy grin. Bought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling. A custom filling? Some type of caramel. He provided himself, though. Unfortunately, he did not bring enough for me to sample. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. It may just mean this judge liked to eat chocolate. The judge's purchase is related to the wrapper of the crime scene, then. Monsieur Hagelsack, do you think I can get a copy of the receipt? I can do you one better, monsieur. I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes. It's okay for us to take them, monsieur. Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's contents is trivial, after all. Would you look at this thing? Judge Romulus signed it in green ink. Green ink! I knew Judge Romulus was shady, but only truly villainous people write in green. Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Hagelslack. You have been enormously helpful. I'm glad to be of service. I wish you the best of luck with your case, messieurs. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to do at the Canard, so is there anything to do here at the Palais? Once again, find themselves here. Which exhibits are we visiting? I mean, there's nothing really for us to visit here, unless we missed anything. The porcupine fellow has left the building. Did you want to ask him something? Nothing in particular. I just wanted some more details on this Renard Vorpsen, but I suppose we'll just have to leave it for now. Think I found everything of value here. Best not to roar it, huh? I think we bother Monsieur Robinho. Alright, yeah, nothing else here. Oops. Alright. Are we done here? Yep. Yep. Let's make a move. Good call. I'm feeling pretty confident about this case. The big picture is coming together nicely. I'm somewhat relieved that Prince Juan came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy. Still got one day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could revisit the Louvre, or maybe we should play some cards at Le Canard Joya. Something wrong, person. You've been unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyway, I realized we were missing a crucial piece of evidence. What evidence would that be? Well, we know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died, and we know that he died of poisoning. Still not sure that the chocolate was the cause. It's true. Keep pushing the chocolate theory, Coco Rico will almost certainly bring that up. So I thought to myself, if one were to consume the wrapper itself, then that might provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. Well, sure, that could work, but it would be incredibly foolish. Wait, were you thinking of eating the wrapper, Sparrowson? Maybe. Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not letting you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew you'd say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper. 45 minutes ago. Sparrowson? Sparrowson? Doctor, is Sparrowson okay? Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say that your friend is not on his deathbed. Oh, thank God. How did you say this happened again? It's a long story. Lowering occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this? I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology. Oh, I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment. That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him. Wait a moment. There is a matter of the bill. We'll have to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down. I see. Well, rest assured that your friend is in good hands. This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. You. I finally found you. Someone say something. Running around like a headless chicken. You're one tricky lawyer to find. I told you to drop the investigation, but you wouldn't listen. Who's speaking? I can't see you, Monsieur. Step forward. All right, I'll step forward, but it would be the last thing you'll ever see. Au revoir, GG Falcon. Huh? What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I'm just sleeping. If I focus and count to 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2. Did it work? Ah! Dame Cataline! Can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a guilty voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up. Silence. I shouldn't be surprised. There are no words that excuse the heinous act of putting an innocent man on death row. It wasn't my fault. Hey, where are you going? Out of my way, Severine. I'm not done talking to Dame Cataline. Wasn't my fault. Is that the excuse you make after all of your failures? I'm not making excuses. Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ. Don't call me JJ. That's all you have to say? How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow. My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I can do better. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. Have you come to berate me too? What? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Okay, can you hear me? I said, wake up! A new day. Wait! Dun dun dun! It's trial day! Come on, monsieur, wake up! I said wake up! You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure whether I would have to find a doctor or a mortician. My head. Where am I? The Pont des Arts, by the Louvre in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the sign. Nearly broke my rod doing it. Wait. No, you're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Giro Falco or something. What time is it? Actually, what day is it? You're hit pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January and around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning. 21st? 9 o'clock. Oh no, the trial should have been at the Cour des Asses 10 minutes ago. Well, you're running late, but take it easy, Monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding. Maybe if I sprinted. In your condition, that would be stupid. Take a seat, clear your head. I'll go get some dry clothes. No time. Wait, Monsieur. At least take this before you go. What's this? A dip pen? No, wait. It's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle, gold nib. This is very fancy. Thank you, Monsieur, but this isn't mine. Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you. I was holding this? Then I suppose it has to be mine. Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one. Hey! Don't call me a fisherman! I just fish. It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for the roll call. Is the defense not present? Such unprofessionalism. If there is no defense, then this trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented. I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Swan is guilty of murdering Major Howland and of conspiring to murder the king. Your Honor, may I have a word? Fine, but make it quick. I'm a firm believer that a trial must be orderly and punctual. There's no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. But it seems somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the defense is just a little tardy. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed and justice will be served. You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. Your Honor, you appear confused. I'm not here to secure a guilty verdict. Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're here to prosecute. No. My job description is to prosecute, but I am here in this courtroom to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice. It's very noble of you, but if the defense is absent, then there is little that can be done. I will hear no more about this matter, and I'll talk with the jury. The defense is present, Your Honor. You're late. You're too late, Falcon. Mon Dieu, JJ, you look like a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in the Seine or something? Something like that. Your Honor, we are all present. We are only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice. There's no rules, prosecutor. Falcon clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I ought to hold him in contempt of court. Your Honor. But Your Honor, rules are rules. One more word out of either you, and I shall have you both disbarred. It's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium. The King of France? He's here? Oh, are we not doing the trial after all? That's a pity. Your Majesty, what a surprise. Well, you see, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even began. But the defense, he was like, oh, pish posh. France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with this trial. It'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying? No! No objections here. Go ahead with the trial. It's fine with me. Surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor? Fine. Proceed with this cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? Activities? Well, I started my day with tea and toast as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little bit. Perhaps your arrival at the Lavoie? Oh, right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Lavoie south entrance around 9 o'clock. Passed through the Salle des Tibres with little fanfare. At the Grand Galerie, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. So when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain, he presented a roach which was taken by Major Howland. Well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Mesdames and messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. This is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubts, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king, your nerve? Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. This king literally does not care that a man's about to die. He's just like, oh, it's a day out at the spa. Okay, what do we want to question? The Salle du Tibre. Your Majesty, you said that you passed through the Salle du Tibre uneventfully. Indeed, we stopped briefly to look at the paintings, then moved on to the Grand Galerie. What did you see in the salle de debris? Could you elaborate? What did you see there? What did I see? Well, ramen stuff mostly. I meant aside from the ramen artifacts, for example, did you talk to someone who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching JJ. The king has already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. I want the king to elaborate. I have reason to believe that there was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what he did and saw. I suppose you will have to proceed, Your Majesty. All right, let me think. So there's the giant doorstop. There's that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else now that I think about it. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No, please continue, Your Majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to realizing that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. Her long story short, Your Majesty, Mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens, early 20s. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Oh, Miss Saigi. Saigi. That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think it was. She was called Mademoiselle Saigi. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Saigi gave chocolates to Major Hal Moon before he died. Now, just one minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. That line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial might tell feathers. The king just testified that Major Hal ate chocolates. Yes, much is no longer in dispute, but still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift. Yes, yes! Shame on you, defense, implicating a poor innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial. Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? Huh? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with this argument, I do believe the cross-examination has come to an end. Not done yet. Not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ, stop while you still have a little dignity. The result of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor. About bloody time. You may take a leave, Your Majesty. Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. So the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs. I will now deliberate with a very objection. Sorry. I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep, the doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note, see? It's too late. The trial is over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it. Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served. I swear, you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to Salpêtrière Hospital where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. The mental health professional, I believe that this patient to be clinically... we can skip that bit. Yada yada. Here we go. Signed, Dr. Fowlerett. Thank you, Sparrowson. Don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome. Wait, did you say the king was here? You can get his autograph later. Right. So what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird to tear his testimony to shreds. Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We can nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. Ah! So then what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. This poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proven beyond doubt that Major Hal was killed by the chocolate. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where's the empiricism that is required by a good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? Oh! I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Hello. You. Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet. And you have been an enormous asset to this case, but what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Surprise witness? Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we would beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signe, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character. You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrive, we at the court established that Mademoiselle Signe is a possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to? I do. I have accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling Mademoiselle Signe as the witness? No, none, bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Signe. Prosecuting is my job. Of course. I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath? Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Good. Very good. Please state your name and occupation with the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Signe, and I am a flower seller. Mademoiselle Signe, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Yes. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle du Tibre, stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Hal, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I personally had previously added poison to the chocolates. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why did you do it, mademoiselle? Why? I'm sure people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He's a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something. Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur. I'm confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's. Oh! Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous pute. I suppose I get your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook, lucky you. Shall we wrap up this court session? But are we actually done? I don't think so. Because we have one more piece of evidence. I haven't finished. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor. Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince Juan, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence. Nonetheless, I believe you, Mademoiselle, has admitted something of huge importance. I wish to question further. Something of huge importance. I won't allow it. Fine. Can I at least show something to the witness? You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You're doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I will let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial up. Mr. Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say. Please take a look at these, mademoiselle. Train ticket stubs. Look at the names. Papa, Maman. In Vienna? Really? Are they really safe? They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of the Fox then. That means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely. Indeed. Go ahead, mademoiselle. What are you two muttering about down there? I'm amending my testimony, Your Honor. Members of the court, everything I've said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th of January. I did present a box of poison chocolates to the king, except it was not of my own volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day, a man approached me, a man I assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold. But I could not afford to repay that debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man, he offered me a deal. assist him with murder, and he would drop all debts, refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus. Ha! What a creative story. This is obviously a last-minute desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before. She's blatantly floundering. Indeed, I've heard dozens of these self-pitying yarns in my time as a prosecutor, although admittedly, this is the first time I've seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a browsing gambit. In any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They are always proven to be fabrications born of desperation. I've never been more honest, monsieur. Listen, Mademoiselle Signet, I would like to believe your story. But accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. If any proof to support your story, proof. You say the judge lent you money, then you must have a signed contract when you made the transaction. The contract would suffice as proof. The contracts were all verbal. He said the money was a gift at first and only later said that I had to repay him. How convenient. Of course, this supposed contract doesn't exist. Mademoiselle has no proof because her story is a blatant lie. Falcon, you have to do something. Do you have anything to link Judge Romulus? A link? Of course! Members of the court, I know for certain that Mademoiselle's story is true. Say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Madame Signet in the past. I know this because at the very moment I'm holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus to the crime scene. It's the chocolate receipt. I think you should take a look at this, Severine. Me? You don't trust it in the judge's hand? What? What is it? What does the piece of paper say? This is a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus. The writing upon the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus bought chocolates on the day before the murder. These chocolates happen to have been of the same brand and flavor as the ones that were used in the royal assassination attempt. But itself, this evidence would not be definitive. It would only suggest that the judge has something of a sweet tooth. But taken in conjunction with the Mademoiselle's updated testimony, that would imply that the judge was directly involved in the assassination attempt. Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say about this? Yep. That receipt's not mine. I haven't set foot in a chocolate shop in years. You cannot be serious. The receipt is indisputable proof of your purchase. Indisputable? Watch me dispute it. What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrawled on it. Is it forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is that you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed that receipt. This is absurd. Do you want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis? It wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents. Heh, that would be correct. Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have in my possession proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus. Oh, but first things first. I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor. Oh, yeah, that's mine. Thanks, I've been looking for that thing everywhere. I thought as much. Mesdames and messieurs, last night I was assaulted outside Salpêtrière Hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was thrown into the Seine. Oh, so that's why you smell of fish. I wanted to say something, but I thought it might be rude. This fountain pen is the very item I grabbed. Did I say that pen was mine? On closer inspection, I say I must have been mistaken. Save it, Your Honor. I am not here to press assault charges. What interests me about this pen is the ink it contains. It is an emerald green in color. As we all know, only baddies write in green. Well, yes. But more importantly, it is a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I'd venture that only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green. I'd venture that only one of those arrogant people is named Romulus. So Judge Romulus lacks respect for classic penmanship. What of it? Take another look at the chocolate receipt, Severine. That receipt was signed with emerald green ink. Certainly is quite a coincidence. No, there is no more room for coincidence. There is no more doubt. There's only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together. On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with custom filling. That custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Signet, a street seller who owed you a debt. On the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then, an idiot of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Signet's stead. You pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a suspect, Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. And when that failed, you persuaded Mademoiselle Signet to take full responsibility for the crime. That is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it. Fine, I do admit it. I did it. I purchased the chocolates. I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt just so I could force her to take the fall. I was the one who wanted the king murdered. There's not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes the sentences. With the snap of my fingers, I could have each and every one of you guillotined at the Place des Austerlitz before nightfall. Who judges the judges? Who stands above me? Nobody, not even God, can condemn me when I sit so high. Attempting to murder a king? Corrupting the Cour des Assises? What an utterly repulsive individual. Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me. Ah, he doesn't. I do. Take him away, Inspector. I'm not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You'll see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overrun Paris. The king and government will fall. The bourgeoisie will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic. A republic free of class where everyone is free and equal. Hey, don't touch me. Just another rambling lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on. What? What happens now? I guess I'm supposed to take over the president judge's duties. Well, given the surprising series of revelations that just took place, we believe that the results are clear. We find the defendant's Prince Juan Querido to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. Yay! What happens to me now? Mademoiselle, it is clear that you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempts. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes. I see. I cannot argue. But as it happens, due process was not followed during this trial session. Judge Romulus thoroughly disrupted the proceeding. Consequently, I believe most of the testimonies given during this trial session would not be seen as valid in a court of law. What does that mean? He's saying you're free to go. Correct. As a prosecutor, I see no crime to prosecute. Really? Thank you so much, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurances, I don't know where I would be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna? I think so, but you should probably ask the Fox for details. I don't know exactly what he arranged. Although, now that Judge Romulus posed no threat, I suppose your parents would be free to move back to Paris. Actually, I may follow them to Vienna. You need a holiday after all this drama? Well, yes, but also I want to get away from here before the fighting starts. You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable. Pay him no mind. This shit is so much better than I expected. Pay him no mind. It's not just him, monsieur. In the streets, everyone talks of an uprising. If you were smart, you would clear out of here, too. Thanks for your concern, mademoiselle. But we're far from smart, so we're staying put. I see. Then good luck, messieurs, and farewell. Maybe we can meet again when this is all blown over. Wait, mademoiselle, don't you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. So, I guess it's just you, me, and the fox, right, Falcon? Sounds good, Sparrowson. Take Prince Juan back to the Aviary office. I need to sort some paperwork with Severin. Okie dokie. I suppose that congratulations are in order in covering the truth in the way that you did. It was quite a feat. Everything went far better than I could have hoped, but you surprised me at the end with that little lie of yours. Lie? His trial's testimonies are completely invalid? Bullcock! You and I both know that this trial has produced ample valid evidence for Mademoiselle Signet to be detained and tried. Even with the coercion accounted for, I bet she would still be found guilty of conspiracy and accessory for murder, so why are you holding back? 10, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have prosecuted Mademoiselle Signet. When I was fresh out of law school, I thought my role as a prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought if the guilty person ends up behind bars or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the details. The details? The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations, the gaps in the law where, even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished and wrongdoers walk free. I hated it, so I changed my role. I decided that I should not strive to secure a guilty verdict, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute Mademoiselle Signet, and she would definitely be convicted, but that would not serve justice. You're a good lawyer, Cocorico. You. Well, you're not terrible, Falcon. I cannot agree, but you know what? Whatever. I must congratulate you, Signor Falcon and Signor Sparrowson. What am I doing? Still using that old accent. I, of course, meant congratulations, Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson. It's no big deal. We were just doing our jobs. No, your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was you going above and beyond your duties. Of course, I was counting on you to do so. A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. Oh, but before I forget your payment... Thank you, Monsieur Volps. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad the truth came to light. How much money we got? 79 francs! I will see you out. Wait, Monsieur Volps, before you go, something has been bothering you. Why did you come to us in the first place? Sure, there are much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job. Oh, more reputable than the Falcon that stands before me. Yeah, Falcon's got a sucky track record. True, he does have a mixed record, but his family name is hugely respected in the lawyering world. I chose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone. Huh? Really? Never heard of another lawyer named Falcon. Let's not go down this road, Monsieur Volps. I don't go by my old name for a reason. That is fair. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone. The future is where our potential lies. That is what we should be paying attention to. A storm is approaching fast. You mean the revolution that the Crooked Jed mentioned? Indeed. I dare say that the wolf is right. A rebellion is coming, one way or another. Listen, Monsieur Falcon, you'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. If you want me to dig the dirt on anyone, please feel free to drop by my office anytime. Dig up the dirt? I'm a private investigator. It's what I do. Well, bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Volps. Good day, messieurs. I'm going to get a drink. Seriously, Falcon? What? I was just going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee. End of Act 2. Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course. How could I ever forget the chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder, the 3 glorious days? I can't believe he's skipping work again. I swear, if I find that moping bird brain, I cannot enjoy it. Ah, finally. Good morning, Falcon. Morning, No, wait. It's 2 in the afternoon. That means the official greeting is... Where the hell have you been, lazy bones? It's far too early for this level of roasting. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon. No way. We've got important business to discuss. And I can't do that if you're half drunk. Mon Dieu, give me a break. I haven't had a good night's sleep since the trial. Something on your mind? Actually, yes, it was what that wolf judge said. About a revolution. Pshaw, that guy was off his rocker. And besides, if we were worried about every potential French revolution, we'd never get any work done at all. Am I right? Yeah, maybe you're right. Worrying doesn't do us any good. Tell me about the important business you wanted to discuss. Oh yeah, the business. A letter. This one's from the Paris Police Department. Fancy wax seal and everything. That is indeed a fancy seal. Well, go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Monsieur Falcon, meet me on the rooftop cafe opposite the Place de Bastille. I have a proposal. Regards, Inspector Vivalorti. That's it. How terse. Well, what time? What date? A proposal from the inspector? Which blinks low-key bother you more? This guy's blinks? Or Pigeon's blinks? Do you have any idea what sort of proposal he has in mind? Not a clue. So, are we going to meet him and find out? Well, we may as well. I don't know what sort of proposal the inspector has in mind, but we would be foolish to reject it without even hearing him out. Grab your coat. Alright, no dilly-dallying. I like it. Oh, before I forget, I need to drop by the hospital at some point. What did you eat this time? No, it's not like that. Well, not entirely. I need to pay for the bill for my last visit. Oh, that's reasonable. Sure, we can pay a visit, but the inspector's call should take priority, I think. Alright. Where's the Place de Bastille? Where is the actual location on the map? I guess I just have to do it this way. Was I just blind? No, it's just hidden. Brr. It's far too cold to be meeting on a rooftop cafe. Why couldn't the inspector have chosen a comfier location? Who knows? Maybe the inspector likes the view because it reminds him of his days guarding the old Bastille under the ancient regime. Wait, you think the inspector worked here during the ancient regime? Do you think that's how he got his war wounds? It was a joke, Sparrowson. I'm pretty sure the inspector isn't that old. Well. Severine, what are you doing here? Settle down, JJ. Just like you, I was invited here by the inspector. What could he want with all three of us? It's hardly unusual for the lawyers and the police of France to collaborate. The inspector probably has a big investigative role that he requires all hands on deck. A big investigative role? Sounds juicy. Oh, by the way, did you hear what happened to Judge Romulus? No, what? He escaped from prison before we could even try him. Rumor has it that the wolf bribed his jailkeeper and then fled for the hills. So he escaped justice. For now, but don't fret. Nobody manages to escape the long arm of the law forever. Speaking of which... Ah, good. You're all here. Excuse me, Mr. Inspector Volerty, sir. Falcon and I were wondering. Did you get your injuries while defending the old Bastille prison? Don't drag me into this, you fool. I was joking. You impudent whelps. I'm not that old. I sustained these injuries when in the July Revolution 18 years ago. I was a royal guard, just a lowly peon. The air was thick with gunpowder and blood. Oh great, now you've set him off. We were given the order to charge at a rebel barricade. My comrades and I fastened our bayonets. Suddenly, boom! Without warning, a gunpowder keg exploded. My comrades were dead, and I was heavily wounded. That's when I looked up and I saw a looming figure standing between the gargoyles and Notre Dame is the Viridian killer himself. Him. This is a fascinating story, Inspector, but perhaps you could tell us why we are here. Oh! Right, of course. Why we're here. What I'm about to tell you is to remain strictly confidential. You understand, it's a matter of national security. As you probably heard, France is under a threat of under threat from a certain heinous group. Hipsters! Hipsters. It's true. The other day I was called a pop-loving pleb for enjoying Chopin. Now's not the time for joking, you two. The inspector's obviously talking about the growing rumors of an uprising. Yeah, the uprising of hipsters. Correct. A rebellion is coming. Indeed. Rebels. There's a storm brewing in the shadows of Paris. We, the Paris Police Department, have known about it for months. No, years. Every tavern and on every street corner, people talk of organizing protests and overthrowing governments. The king has ordered for public gatherings to be dispersed and newspapers to be censored, but the whispers of dissent remain. No surprise there. If you take away an angry citizen's ability to speak, they will just get even angrier. Indeed, and that's why it's paramount that we find and strike at the heart of the rebel group as soon as possible. For that, I need your help. What exactly do you want us to do? Interview citizens, scout locations, find the secret rebel meeting location that has escaped the eyes of the police. Do we have any leads? Just one. We know that the rebels are having weapons supplied to them by a crooked merchant who is known only as the Croque Monsieur. Like the sandwich? What? The Croque Monsieur. It is a sandwich. Hot cheese, ham, a little bachem. Throw some peppers on it if it's a Friday night. This has nothing to do with sandwiches. Croque Monsieur is the alias of an accomplished and notoriously dangerous arms dealer. He's dealing in subways. In any case, that's everything the Parisian police know. That's everything. That's all you have to demonstrate after years of tracking. Naturally, as a folk prosecutor, it's my duty to help the police with their investigative work. I would be honored to lend any and all. Suck up. That's very good to hear, Monsieur Cocorico. What about you, Falcon? Well, to be honest, Inspector, I don't quite understand why you're asking me. I'm a private defense attorney. I work for citizens who stuck in legal trouble. Rebel hunting isn't quite my forte. Want to know why I'm asking you? Look around you, Falcon. We're surrounded by corruption and incompetence. The judges are bloodthirsty wolves. The jailers are thieving ravens, and the National Guard are sitting ducks. Look at the slackers and dullards who supposedly protect and serve this country. Nobody cares about justice anymore. You saw my shameful display at the previous trials. Those are the results I produced with imbeciles to assist me. But you three, you care. Falcon, I saw you defending Dame Cataline and Prince Juan. I heard of your escapades around the city, frantically collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Frankly, you did more investigative work over the last month than I've seen any policeman do in a year. Not including myself. But Dame Cataline, it doesn't matter. You have passion and conviction, and you aren't a total bird brain. By my book, that makes you a fantastic investigator, even if that is not in your job description. So what do you say? Do you want to sit around your office twiddling your thumbs until another pointless job offer falls into your lap? Or do you want to take this opportunity to do something great and help us track down the animals who wish to harm our glorious nation? I would be honored to help my country, Inspector. Consider us on board. Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear. I had no idea you were such a patriot, JJ. There's nothing wrong with a little national pride. Yeah, pride is fine and all, but do we get any compensation for this? Of course. Here's 50 francs. You will receive another 50 upon the completion of your work. 50 francs? Psh, you're being undersold. Hush, Barrowson. This is a great opportunity. I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. You already have all the key facts of the investigation. Find the elusive Croque Monsieur. Find where the rebels are congregating. Those are your two tasks. I will check up on your progress in 3 weeks' time. See what you can accomplish by then. I'll be doing my own independent investigation into the rebel group, JJ, so I suppose this is a competition of sorts. Try to keep up with me. Don't make me laugh, Severine. I'll have all the rebel leaders behind bars before you even have your first suspect. Come, Sverson, we have to find a Croque Monsieur. Okay, let's go. I knew a little competition would kick those bird brains into gear. Well, Inspector, this has been a productive meeting. I should probably start my investigation into the Croque Monsieur too. Not so fast, Cocorico. There's something else we need to discuss. There is a lot of places for us to go. Probably take a look at the hospital. There he is. Sparrowson, go ahead. Say what you need to say. Excuse me, Dr. Fallret. I just wanted to thank you for, giving me an antidote and making me well and stuff. Oh, it's no trouble at all. Sparrowson, wasn't it? Of course, there's a small matter of the debt. Right. Let's see. I know, right? Let's see. 1 hospital bed, 1 dose of specialized antidote, expert medical care from the attending physician. The total comes to 500 francs. Falcon, can I get advance on this month's pay and next month's and maybe the month's after's? Calm down, Sparrowson. I'm sure the doctor's a reasonable man. He will surely allow you to pay in installments. Of course, of course. Oh, thank goodness. With my current wages, I should be able to fully pay off the debt by the 20th century. Hey, your pay isn't that bad. Now, there's no need for quibbling. I have a suggestion. You messieurs are lawyers, yes? If you do some pro bono work for me, I may be able to knock the bill down a little. Maybe to, say, 100 francs? Oh, that sounds much more manageable. What kind of legal work do you have in mind? Debt collection. Debt collection? Sounds fun. That actually sounds quite fun. It would be a nice change from this croque monsieur nonsense. Yes, give us the details, Doc. As a man I treated for a small injury a couple of years ago, he's been evading my attempts at collecting on his bill ever since. I wouldn't normally pursue medical bills so aggressively, but I know that man is a successful inventor. He can easily afford to front the bill. I'll greatly appreciate if you pay him a visit and strong-arm him into loosening his purse strings. Well, I'm not making any promises, but maybe we can swing by the inventor's house if we have a free minute. Thanks, Falcon! And thank you, Doctor. You'll dedicate every waking moment to collecting this debt. Wait, I didn't agree to that. Every waking moment. So, we're at an awkward crossroads where we're definitely not going to finish today, but I don't know. I know there are 4 acts in this game. So do we go as far as we can today and then probably, I say, finish this tomorrow? Is what I'm thinking. Okay, then let's do it. Alright, so let's go visit the inspector, I think. Yeah. Atelier. Come in. Are you Monsieur Gustave Trouvé? I am, and you are... Lawyers. Let's talk. We're lawyers sent on behalf of Dr. Falre. We had to collect the debt that you owe. It's time to pay up, monsieur. Oh, mon dieu, I completely forgot about that. I said I would be happy to pay, but it looks like I don't quite have enough money on hand. What to do? What to do? I know! I have a brand new invention that will blow the doctor's socks off. Ha 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 ha! It's a device that will completely revolutionize the surgical field. I imagine the doctor would prefer hard cash over some gadget. No, trust me, this baby will be worth 10,000, no, 100,000 francs. The doctor will love it. Oh, alright. Hand over the device and I'll pass it along to Dr. Falre straight away. Well, it's not that simple. The device isn't finished yet. It's not finished. I know exactly what needs to be done, but I'm missing some crucial parts. Perhaps if you had some time to spare, you could help me out, run out, and collect what I need? What? No, monsieur, that's absurd. If you have shopping to do, then you should do it yourself. Falcon, please help the man! I can't spend the rest of my life in debt. Alright. No need to get all panicky. We'll hear the man out at least. Great. I'll take notes. What is it that you need, monsieur? Let's see. I need a copper pot. A pot, as in like a saucepan. What am I for? It's a necessary component of my invention. I can use it to build portable electric battery. See, when a zinc rod is suspended in sulfuric acid, accompanied by a copper surface, a current is generated. Save me your scientific mumbo-jumbo. One metal pot should be trivial to acquire. One copper pot. Oh, the copper pot is important? Okay, one copper pot. I wonder where we can find one of those. I've seen copper kettles at La Hall Market, although those things aren't too cheap. I can't help but feel I saw a copper pot somewhere else. What else? Ah, string! High-grade string to bind some components to the device together. Seems simple enough, I imagine. Hall's Market would have something like that. Can we really afford to blow our whole budget at the market, Falcon? Surely there's a cheaper way to acquire string. Look, I have loose threads on my jacket. Take it. The strings must be high quality. I need something that's fishing line grade. Oh, I see. Anything else you wanted, monsieur? Some books, confectionaries, alcohol, groceries, perhaps? No, that's everything. All right, I've got it all written down. I feel a little conned. We came here to collect on a debt and left with a shopping list. We're going to follow through and get Monsieur Trouvé's items, right? We'll see. Oh, we got a special scene. Le Coqs. What a view. You can see the July column so clearly from up here. Cocorico, you're already here. You have news about the croque, monsieur, or is this about the other matter? Here you are, as requested, a full register of those who entered Paris Law School and the full list of graduates. Very good, let's take a look. Now, could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What exactly are you looking for? Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognize? Well, I see my own, class of 1837. I see that moronic prosecutor, Rupert Rabbington, under the class of 1846. Oh, and there's J.J. Falcon's name, under the class of 1832. Very good. Now, take a look at this register page from 1829. See anything amiss? Well, I don't see JJ's name, but I'm not quite sure what that implies, Inspector. The explanation is simple. J.J. Falcon changed his name sometime between 1829 and 1832, right around the time of the July Revolution. And why would he do that? Why, indeed, Monsieur Cocorico, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride. But Falcon, he is a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out at those around him. No doubt that when the pressure rises, he will show his true colors. I'm not sure if I agree with your personality assessment, Inspector. I've always suspected that JJ was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but never would I describe him as a person of malice. Time will tell. You need me for anything else, Inspector, or shall I continue my investigation to the Croque Monsieur? There's one more thing. Take this. A pistol? No, thank you, Inspector. These are dangerous times. If you face a violent threat, you cannot hope to defend yourself with that riding crop of yours. Well aware, I just find that these ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them. So what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me when it saves your hide. Fine, fine. I'll keep hold of it. Well, Monsieur Cocorico, you have been most helpful. I'm just doing my duty. Good day, Inspector. I have done so much talking. Woo! Ugh. All right. Well, we need to find somebody. Let's go to R&M. Well, this is most unexpected. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowston, I believe this is our first time meeting without disguises or pretenses, as it were. First things first. Mousy, would you kindly fetch our guest some tea? Of course, Monsieur Volps, of course. Messieurs, what sort of tea would you like? Camoil? Darjeeling, maybe? Darjeeling would be divine. Actually, some Darjeeling would be divine. Thank you, Mousy. Sure, Darjeeling sounds good to me, too. Okay, one pot of Darjeeling coming right up. Let's get down to business. What is it that you two came here for? We just have a couple of questions. Have you heard of the Croque Monsieur? Have you heard of a person called the Croque Monsieur? And no, we aren't talking about the sandwich, unfortunately. The Croque Monsieur. You're referring to the black market salesman, the man who claims to be able to procure anything, no matter how illegal. Yes, that sounds exactly like the person we're looking for. Do you know him? Me personally, no, Monsieur. I just know of his vile reputation. I see. Then do you have any idea how we can find him? Meeting the Croque Monsieur face to face is not easy. The man doesn't make himself known to just anybody, after all. I know. I shall do a little investigative work of my own. Come back in 3 days, and I will tell you where and when you can find the Croque Monsieur. That's an enormous help. Thank you so much, Monsieur Volps. Of course, there is a price. A price? It is just a small fee, a mere 30 francs. Hey, we saved your derriere over that French wine business. Is this any way to show you gratitude? Monsieur Volps, you must understand that this is no personal errand. We are investigating on behalf of King and Country. I'm sure your intentions are noble, Monsieur Falcon, but I am running a business here. A fox has to eat. 30 francs. And I guarantee I will find you the Croque Monsieur. That's my final offer. We'll take it. Here you go, Monsieur. Very good. As I promised, return in 3 days or later, and I will tell you where the Croque Monsieur can be found. Rest assured that I will undertake my end of the bargain with care and diligence. I expect nothing less, thank you, Monsieur Volps. It is my pleasure. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Have you heard rumor of an uprising? Of course, these days a man can't walk into a tavern without hearing angry men whispering about violence and revolt. To say that Paris may find itself in the midst of yet another revolution before the end of winter. But what can you tell us about the dissenters specifically? Do you know where they are meeting? I'm afraid I only know what you can read in the papers, Monsieur. I know anti-government protesters were meeting out in the open until the government clamped down on large public Banquets. The banquet's gone. Who knows where the dissenters went? I see. Perhaps I can assist you with something else. No, that is all. That's all. Have a pleasant day, Monsieur Volps. As to you, messieurs, we didn't even get our tea. Tea's ready, Monsieur Volps. It's ready. I'm afraid you're too slow, Mousy. Oh, bother. Aw, poor Mousy. Well, we were told to go to the bars. No drinking. Bad, Falcon. Calm down, Sparrowson. I'm just here for information. Taverns are the first place people go to moan about the government. Therefore, they are the perfect rebel breeding grounds. Oh, that makes sense. It's you two. What will it be today? Beer or wine? I'm afraid it's just questions for now. Madame Quanal. We're looking for a man called the Croque Monsieur. Have you seen him? No, that name does not sound familiar at all. Okay, have you heard any of your patrons bad-mouthing the government? Of course, this is a tavern, hon, and people couldn't come here to gripe and talk politics. Where else could they go? That's true. Has anyone stood out? Well, just between you and me, the pair on the drinking floor have been acting very shifty. Now, I'm not saying they are or they aren't rebels, but they're doing far too much talking and not enough drinking, if you know what I mean. I think I do. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to go. And that's when the mademoiselle told me to put the order in. No idea where she's gonna keep them though. But yeah, bro, you know that she hates being called mademoiselle. You're going to get stuck with guard duty again. Oh, right you are. The madame it is then. Wait, she ain't married, is she? So why do we call her madame? Why don't you ask her yourself? No way. She would straight up eat me alive if I asked her directly. Wait, hush up. Smell that? It smells like eavesdroppers. Can I help you, monsieur? What were you guys talking about, my friends? Before we rudely interrupted. Well, I would like to include you in our conversation, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's any of your business. Ah, you're right. It's none of our business. Suppose it's not our business. I apologize for asking my shows. All right, no harm done. Have you heard of the Croque Monsieur? Man called Falcon. Wait, there's a slight chance that these guys might be rebels, right? So if we ask directly, they might scare us from the point. I'll try to keep it subtle. What should we do? Where'd you get that swanky hat, my good friend? Yeah, we like swinky hats. Monsieur, where did you get that swinky hat? This whole thing is just a regular cap I bought from... Oh man, someone finally noticed me awesome hat. I've waited years for someone to notice it. Look at this thing. Oh, that pretty, Bolly. I'm the prettiest. Anyways, I bought it from a mademoiselle in La Halle. I think the shop was called Ruse Odds and Ends or such. Fantastic. Thank you, Monsieur. Nice, Falcon. Now you can buy a swanky hat, too. We're now close to uncovering the mystery. All right. Where'd you get that rifle, mate? See, you are carrying a rifle, evidently. Who manufactured it? Ah, good question. See, most hunters around here carry old French Charlevilles, but this beauty is something special. See? It's American, from the Springfield Armory, model 1812, percussion, lock, firing mechanism. An American musket, you say? That's certainly quite special. Must have been hard to procure. It's true that you can't buy guns of this quality from standard street sellers, but if you know the right people, please go on. Well... Okay. Listen carefully. You didn't hear from me, but to meet the Croque Monsieur. Actually, it would be foolish for me to explain in public. Much easier if you just take this. The Book of Judges. What is this? Some sort of law book? The book's subject is not important. Just take it. Oh, I see. It's the Book of Judges from the Bible. Old Testament stories of God smiting people. And appreciate the gift, Monsieur, but I'm not religious. Nor am I. Then why are you... Just take it, you idiot! Bible books are what we use to pass around code phrases, don't we? Code phrases? Piero, please. I'm trying to be low-key, and I can't do that if you're mouthing off with that big beak of yours. Right, you are. Tried to forget what my friend said, just... With a little searching and with the contents of that good book, you should be able to get what you desire. Is that a religious metaphor? No, monsieur. I'm being very literal. Well, thank you very much for the gift, monsieur. But to be honest, I have no idea how this is supposed to lead me to a gun salesman. Ah. See, well, I hear that there's an excellent friar who performs Bible readings at the Notre Dame Cathedral. Perhaps if you show the man your new book, he'll be able to find you a particularly spiritual passage. Isn't that all a religious metaphor? I feel like you're trying to convert me. I assure you, I am as secular as they come, monsieur. Friar at Notre Dame Cathedral. Thank you, monsieur. I'll make a note. Is there something else you wanted? Nope, that is all. Thank you for your assistance, messieurs. It's nothing. Get out of here already. You two seem like decent fellows. You shouldn't get involved in this rebellion business. Just do whatever you need to do with the croque, monsieur, and get out of Paris. That's what a smart person would do. I appreciate the advice, monsieur. So we got a Bible book. Got 99 francs. We got lots of people here. With our Facebook. Man, the problem is we need francs. We could gamble, but my luck is, how you say, abysmal. Alright, hit the road, Jack. Yeah. Yep, let's make a move. Alright, we were told to go take a look at Notre Dame. Right? Falcon and Sparrowson step into the grand atrium of Notre Dame Cathedral. Scaffolding lines much of the crumbling outer wall. Unperturbed, a handful of devotees are silently kneeled and thought. Have our little prayer, are we, Falcon? I had no idea you were a religious type. Don't be silly. Following up on Fontaine's lead, we must find our mystery friar. Think it's that hunched over fellow over there? I bet it's him. He looks super suspicious. It could be. Let's show some tact. Excuse me, Monsieur Friar! Do you know what tact is, Sparrowson? Welcome, my brothers, welcome. All are welcome under the roof of the house of God. Are you here to confess your sins, or do you wish to join in our services? Actually, Friar, we're here because... Falcon! That Friar, he looks eerily familiar. He does look familiar. And that you mention it, he does look a little like the guy who delivers our post, doesn't he? What? No! That's not what I mean. How does he look anything like our postman? Am I going mad? Your friend appears to be upset. Don't mind him. He's just in a huff because he thinks he looks like this judge we once met. Judge Romulus? Oh, I get that all the time. I'm his twin brother, you see. Oh, good. I'm not going mad. Friar, would you say you had a good relationship with Romulus? We were close, but you may have heard he got in trouble with the law recently. I haven't seen him in weeks. I see. I didn't mean to pry. Oh, it's no trouble, but tell me, why are you here, my brothers? All right, well, we have a couple of questions. What's with the scaffolding? Some sort of construction work going on? That's right, a little repair, a little renovation. It's no secret that the cathedral has seen better days. The Cult of Reason did a lot of damage back in the days of the Revolution, and now we're well on our way to restoring this holy place to its former glory. The Cult of Reason, the religion of Christianity. Hey, Falcon! What's the difference between a religion and a cult? Don't be rude, Sparrowson. Don't worry, my brother. I understand how it is. To a young person, all ideologies look like gobbledygook in different packaging, don't they? Pretty much. Then maybe you'll come to learn the differences as you grow up. I promise some ideologies are worth following to the very end. Let's not talk anymore about cults and ideologies. Did you need anything else? Oh, could you take a look at this? Sorry, we have something we'd like to show you. Could you take a look at this? We heard that you could give special passage readings. Ah, I see. You have your own copy of the Book of Judges. I think you'll find chapter 15, verse 2 to be particularly enlightening. Let's see. This chapter follows the journey of Samson, the heroic judge with divine strength. In this part of the scripture, Samson is confronted by the men who who are angered by Samson's notion of justice. Please, could you read the passage? Okay. 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Etam. They said to Samson, Knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us? Samson said unto them, As they did unto me, and so have I done unto them. As they did unto me, as I have done unto them. Beautiful sentence, wouldn't you agree? It's poetic. A beautiful summation of justice. You understand the passage. That's delightful to hear. Yes, Samson was a great judge. Not a judge of today who sits on a high chair and files endless paperwork, but an old judge. A holy judge. A Sophet. Sophets were to be admired and feared. They made their own judgments and dispensed their own punishments. I'm starting to ramble, am I not? Okay, let's get back to the point. Keyword of the day is Etam. That's the name of the cave where Samson hid. The rock of Etam. Etam. Got it. I'll make a note. It's like a backwards mate, but I'm confused. What am I supposed to do with the keyword? That is for you to learn on your own, my brothers. You appear to be intelligent. I'm sure if you put your faith in the right people, you can uncover the truth. We will see what we can do. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Or perhaps you wish to make a confession? No, that is all. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time, Friar. Go in peace, my brothers. I think I'm gonna have to call it right there because my throat says stop fucking talking and get a drink. And I'm all out of drink. So I think we'll call it here and we will finish up Aviary Attorney tomorrow because it went from being just a silly bird game where you're dispensing justice as a defense lawyer to, oh hey, there's a giant plot to overthrow King Penguin of France. Also, there's a mass murderer serial killer somewhere out there. So, that's fun. So I guess we'll wrap up this dramatic legal plot tomorrow. And then we're back to our normal Friday schedule after that. And of course, don't forget Saturday, birthday stream, playing Sandland. Hope you all are excited. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky, people.